Hey everybody, my name is Philip Shepard, and today we're going to be talking about the age-old question, what is the difference between Facebook video and YouTube video? But before we jump into that, I have a free YouTube course, so if you want to actually start learning how to edit videos and start uploading to YouTube, I have a course below that'll teach you all the things needed to be able to edit and shoot your own videos. Plus it comes with a free cloud-based video editor, so if you don't have a fast computer or you want to use your Chromebook, link below and it'll give you everything you need to start uploading videos right away. So today we're going to ask the age-old question, what is the difference between Facebook video and YouTube video? So what are the differences? And let's start with the most obvious one out of all of them, is that YouTube just has a bigger range altogether. YouTube has more views. It's the second biggest search engine in the world. There's more hours consumed on YouTube video. It's just geared towards video. It has one sole purpose, video. Facebook, on the other hand, it does a couple different things. And so you can tell what its focus is on. It's not always video. And so you can see that between the two. YouTube, bigger audience altogether. One other really important factor when it comes to Facebook video versus YouTube video is that YouTube just pays more money when it comes to AdSense and ad revenue. Now, Facebook does have an ad platform to generate revenue for its creators, but it pales in comparison to YouTube ad revenue. There's no comparison between the two. And that is obviously directly connected to the scope and girth of YouTube versus Facebook. So obviously YouTube has such a bigger audience, and so it's going to have a bigger pull from advertisers and everything else. And on top of that, Facebook's ad platform, when it comes to monetization, isn't that robust yet. It's still really on the beginning stages of that. YouTube has had a decade of working with that, making it better for creators and making it better for advertisers. And so you see that when it comes to when you log into the AdSense of YouTube versus the AdSense of actual Facebook, not comparable. Now here's where Facebook actually does have a leg up when it comes to YouTube versus Facebook video. Facebook video does have a slightly higher conversion rate when it comes to sales. So if you're trying to pitch a product, Facebook does have a better range of saying like, okay, there's people can go from Facebook to a different sales page, or you're trying to sell something. Now, I think that's kind of based on more consumer behavior, not necessarily like, because on YouTube, we don't necessarily think about sending someone to a link somewhere else all the time. Like there's not really like YouTube isn't really always geared towards selling something. Whereas Facebook definitely has that kind of business centric mindset. So I can understand that consumer behavior leans more towards Facebook, like pointing someone else outside of Facebook to sell something. YouTube, you don't always have that. Now here's where things get a little crazy. YouTube's staying power, like watching power, is substantially bigger than Facebook's video in comparison. If you've ever watched a Facebook video, which I'm sure you have, for us to actually watch a Facebook video for longer than 30 seconds that's a big deal. And so Facebook's viewership shows this. Like it actually shows that the viewership past 30 seconds is not a thing on Facebook. It just doesn't happen. Whereas YouTube says that their average watch time on YouTube in general is 40 minutes. 30 seconds, 40 minutes. Boom. Mind blown. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. That's so different. And so if you were going to invest your time and energy into building a platform, I think there's a clear winner there. And one other big thing, which is just another kick in the knee for Facebook, is the fact that Facebook really has even more stringent music licensing like restrictions than YouTube does. It is so challenging to put music to video on Facebook. They have not got their stuff together yet with music licensing. And so oftentimes you'll see creators create videos and they'll get blocked, or they'll have sections of video cut out of their video, like with copyrighted music or something along those lines. And it's like, this is kind of crazy. Like a whole video can be ruined just based on a slight copyright infringement. Now, YouTube has its issues in the past, but YouTube's gotten so much better with copyright music than before. So for instance, if you have a copyrighted song on your video, it doesn't mean that your video is going to be silenced necessarily. It just means that there's a portion of that video that's going to be taken and given to the copyright owner if you use the song in there. Whereas Facebook, it's like the whole song is gone. It's just muted altogether. So YouTube really does have that edge on Facebook once again. So now you're probably thinking, what is the advantage, honestly, to Facebook video to YouTube video? There's only two advantages that I see happening currently. The advantage is that there's not a lot of people on Facebook video, so you have that kind of like, first comer advantage, if that makes sense, even though it's not really a first comer, it's just kind of like no one's there kind of advantage. I don't know. The second one is that sorry, I'm hitting a fly. There's like this fly flying everywhere. I'm just really upsetting me. If I hit this fly in this video, I will give you $100. He's not coming back now, of course. One other advantage that might benefit you for Facebook video is the fact that it's kind of more business centric. So if you're you want a business and you want to start producing videos, YouTube is great. Don't get me wrong. I would still choose YouTube over Facebook video any day of the week, just for sheer. Yeah. Oh my God, I hit the fly. Edit this out. So if you are a business, Facebook would be a really good option. I still prefer YouTube, but Facebook is great. You can run a lot of ads, Facebook ads based on Facebook videos. So there are some really good benefits to it, really business centric. But when it comes to consumer level, just me and you kind of stuff, YouTube is by far the way to go. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Once again, if you want a free course to learn how to edit YouTube videos and like actually start uploading to YouTube, TikTok, and you want that free cloud-based editor so you can use your Chromebook, click the link below and you'll get all the access to that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.